Welcome to A Double
and
Dice
with your host Kim
and Jocelyn.
Pour your favorite beverage.
Pull up a comfy chair.
Because we are ready to roll.
Welcome to episode 25 of A Double and Dice. And today, Kim and I are going to be chatting about Dark Phoenix Saga.
Again. But different.
Still. So our good friends over at the Ministry of Dice, Chris and Andy, on their most recent episode, which if you haven't listened to it yet, I would strongly encourage you to go over there and check it out. Had a bit of a chat about, what's been going on in the Dice Masters community lately and why everyone is so perturbed by the upcoming Dice Masters set delay. So, he asked for some feedback and, I reached out to him and I said, hey, Kim and I want to talk about that. Are you cool if we talk about it on our podcast instead of sending you the feedback? And he said, absolutely A-okay. Let's share it over. So if you haven't gone over and listened to the Ministry of Dice, you might want to go listen to them chat about it. They talked about it about 20 minutes into their episode. Kim and I both listened to the episode, and Kim, do you want to sort of give it a start, give us a grounding of what we're talking about here?
Yeah, so I think it's mostly through Discord, I would assume. And
some Facebook.
Yeah, some Facebook. So Dark Phoenix, which is supposed to come out, was it October or November?
No, originally? It was supposed to come out December, or the end of November, and then it got pushed a week.
Okay. Was a new product that was supposed to come out. It was going to be a draft box. And just out of the blue, out of a sudden, it got removed from the solid sites, right? And the WizKids one. So it wasn't even listed there as being released at all. It was completely gone. There was no announcements from WizKids regarding that, to what happened. And to this date of this recording, still no announcement about it. Our distributors don't know anything because obviously they don't have a date, even though our distributor in Canada says January 30th, but I really doubt that. The WizKids local store website shows two different information. If you actually just go into the product, it says releasing sometime this year in 2021. But if I think in the release in March 2021 page, it's showing releasing in March 2021. So there's a lot of mixed, I guess, messages from WizKids about what's going on with the Dark Phoenix product. So that's kind of put people into a, I don't know what word we should use here.
Tizzy.
Down, I don't know, in the slumps, I don't know. And I guess we're here to talk about why is that. Why are you feeling like that? Is it just Dice Masters in general? Is it because of the product that disappeared and you were so eager to get a product after, remind me again, Jocelyn, when was Infinity Gauntlet launched?
Infinity Gauntlet came out in September.
Okay.
August,
so it would have been September, October, November, let's say 4 months between. So we want to talk about what's everybody feeling pretty much. And I think Jocelyn and I will probably give our opinions or, what we feel about that. But I think what we really want to know is, why are you guys feeling so, I'm going to go down. And sometimes that may cause you not to play the game as well. And
there's a general malaise within the community.
Yeah. So this is what we're going to talk about. And I really don't understand why people feel that way. Like I don't get it, and I think that's what the answers we're trying to get from you guys as the community.
Which is what Chris and Andy were also looking for.
Yeah. Because I think they're on the same pace as to why people feel this way. I mean, a product coming out in September, then a product's supposed to come out in December, and it doesn't come out. Why are people so eager for a new product when a product came out 4 months ago, which is not that long, in my opinion? I mean, there's other products that probably come out years. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
All right. So
I'm just stumped. I just don't understand how people are feeling about that, and I really want to know because it stumps me to understand it.
All right. Well, let's look at it this way, Kim. How are you feeling about Dice Masters as a game in general right now?
Right now, I'm still enjoying it. Product or no new product. I mean, we have how many modern still? How many cards come out in that set? 60, 70, whatever it is.
In Infinity Gauntlet?
Or just like a general modern.
Some.
Yeah. So to me, it doesn't bother me that a product got delayed. And I think I said this to you or the Dice Masters North crew. And I'm going to put this nicely, but we shouldn't get our hopes up. Like, we know WizKids has done this stuff in the past. We know that they've misannounced stuff or the delay stuff, and things happen. We understand, of course,
Train
what's going on in the world. Yeah, you know what's going on in the world. Train pirates.
Wasn't that what we said it was with Trouble in Waterdeep? It was Train Pirates.
And it still ended up getting here. Yeah. So to me, like, delays, like, I don't get my hopes up. One, like, we know this stuff happens. There's things that are out of control that happens. And a product just came out 4 months ago. So there's, 100 and something cards in there that we can all sit down and play with, come up with a combo nobody's even thought about yet, use other cards from different sets in the modern, or even if you want to throw in golden in there if you want. So why do we need a product so badly, so fast, when we have so many cards to still explore?
Yeah, I think that's the question.
Hunger that people have? It's just that's a hunger for a new product. That's all they do, and not really just play the meta, and that's it. That's a question mark because I don't know. I'm just asking it out there. Do people only play meta, and that's it? They don't even look at any other cards, right? So go ahead, Jocelyn. I didn't think you were going to say something.
Yeah, sure. I think that there are potentially a lot of reasons. If I look at the past history of what I've seen in the online chatter around Dice Masters in particular, I think the biggest thing that I see consistently is WizKids' lack of communication. Mm-hmm. And that's something we hear from a lot of people. And some people are used to it and other people are newer to the game and they're frustrated by it. And as soon as someone brings it up all of that sort of negativity into the conversation. And it is negativity, even if it's not intended to be. It can be perceived as a negative conversation because it just sort of turns into a bunch of people in this is not meant to judge anyone or whatever, but a bunch of people complaining about what they don't like about WizKids' communication style, right? And, I would love to have a communication, and people are like, well, it can't be that hard to put a communication together. No, maybe it's not that hard. Maybe it is that hard because we have to remember that WizKids is a small company that has, a big game, HeroClix, and a bunch of, a second, like I'm going to call it the secondary game, Dice Masters. And then there's this attack wing thing that some people still play. And then all the board games. And
which I think is probably their main.
Dungeons and Dragon minis. And there's all kinds of things that they do. And it's just such a small company that does all of these things, right? Everyone wears a lot of hats. And a while ago, we had Jimmy on the podcast from WizKids, Jimmy O'Brien. And, he talked about how when he first came into WizKids, he was kind of like the extra guy who did whatever work needed to get done. And now he mostly does HeroClix, but he's also involved with Dice Masters. And lots of different people are, not lots of different people because there aren't lots of people, but various people at WizKids are involved with Dice Masters, right? It's not like it has a dedicated group of people that are working on it. And it's just it's kind of the nature of that. So, sure, it sounds like it might not be that big of a deal to put together a communication, but maybe it is, right? Mm-hmm. We don't know the behind the scenes. We don't know what is happening out there and, what they're struggling with. And I think that, creates a lot of uncertainty within the community. And, I don't think you can win, right? It's, you give me a release date and you don't make it, so I'm going to complain. Mm-hmm. Or you don't give me a release date, so I'm going to complain that there's no release dates.
That I've heard about product, but where's the release date? Yeah, it's like.
So I think that is one of the things. I think the other thing is that everyone is just really frustrated with this pandemic. The fact that we can't do the things with the people that we enjoy and, love or, spend time with. We can't go to the local game store to get out of our houses in most of these places because there's lockdowns and restrictions and curfews because they're trying to maintain, the level of virus so that the hospitals don't get overwhelmed and what have you, and that people stay well and safe. A lot of people don't like playing online, so they're not. There's a group of people out there that are not a big fan of it, especially for long periods of time. And then there's the whole I'm online all day. So I know that's one thing I feel is that I'm online all day at work, on calls, on video calls, on the internet, on email, doing all of this computer stuff that the last thing I want to do at the end of the day is turn on my computer to play a game because I've been on my computer all day, right? So I think that is part of it. And there's just a general frustration with the state of the world and a general frustration with the state of communication from WizKids.
Yeah.
The other piece of it that I think is kind of relevant here is that Infinity Gauntlet was supposed to come out much sooner than it did, and it was already delayed. Mm-hmm. And a lot of those cards had been spoiled for like a year or longer. And then they started sending out preview boxes, and people were doing unboxings, and everyone got to see all of these card abilities. Like by the time the set came out, Infinity Gauntlet, there were only a handful of cards that hadn't been spoiled. And if you follow spoilers, then at that point, the set doesn't feel new anymore, even though it's new in your hands. You've already learned all about it. And I know like some folks have talked about they started brewing as soon as the cards were revealed. And that's not how I brew.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were proxying. People were doing all kinds of stuff. A lot of that started right after Worlds in 2019 because of the preview drafts, right? And all of those cards in the preview drafts were spoiled. And we should have had that product much earlier in 2020, and then there was delays and what have you. So I think because that product was so spoiled and there was so much of it out there that by the time the product came out, it already felt old. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Not to everyone, of course, but, to the people that pay attention to spoilers and were already brewing and things like that.
Yeah.
So people don't pay attention to spoilers. Yeah. And I think there's some people that just don't feel there's anything new to find because they feel like with all of the internet and everything else that everything's been explored. I would argue that that's not true.
Yeah. Read, Jocelyn's Out of the Shadows articles.
I did not cue her to do that.
Like Jocelyn, your article is based on finding cards that are pretty much in the closet. Like nobody plays with them, but they're, you bring them to light and people are, you had a big conversation about the one you just released. The Autumn Warlock one. Yeah. So it goes down to like, is people are not actually taking the time to read through these cards that they got in a new set and then have fun building teams with them. or they're just concentrating on these are the meta cards and this is all I'm going to play.
Yeah.
And now I'm bored of them because I'm only playing those. So where's the new product? So I can now play something new.
And I think also we've had some spoilers from Dark Phoenix. Not a lot, but there's been some.
Yeah.
And some of those cards that have been spoiled have been extraordinarily powerful. So people are both excited and disgusted about what's coming down the pipeline, depending on.
And you have me who's like, another X-Men set.
Superman is coming, Kim.
We'll see. We don't know. It's supposed to be February, but that's not going to happen probably. So...
No, Superman is not coming in February. I can guarantee you that.
I don't think anything's coming until probably the second quarter, if anything.
Yeah, the product's going to come when it's going to come, and I think it's just one of those things. It's hard to be motivated to do this when you don't have the community you're used to in person. I look at myself, right, with my work schedule. We used to get together at like 7:00 at the latest.
Weekly, yeah.
On a weeknight, once a week. And we'd be done by like 9:30, 10, and I could get home and get to bed in good time and go back to work. But now that back to work in the morning, not at night. But now, like, because it's online and people are playing from home, sometimes there's a lot of like, well, I can't play until after 9:00 Eastern or 8:30 Eastern. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's like edging on bedtime. Like it's a late night for me if we don't start until 8:30 or 9 to get the first round in. It just doesn't work with my schedule.
And for me, it's the opposite because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So my whole day, up until practically my little one going to sleep, is I'm with him. So I can't do anything during that time. People say stay-at-home mom is like a job. I don't know. But anyways,
it is a job.
So for me, it's after he goes to bed, I can do that stuff, right? But to your point, I'm not in front of a computer, right? I'm not constantly in front of a computer because I'm with him. I'm not. So me coming on the computer is fine. It doesn't bother me coming on a computer because I'm not there the whole day, right? So it's
just different perspectives,
way.
Right?
Yeah. And I look forward to it because that's my time to do something that I enjoy doing.
Yeah, and I know that before the pandemic, when we were getting together weekly, you liked getting out of the house for a night.
Yes, it was my time away from. I mean, I love my son, guys, but you need some.
Everyone
away.
Deserves some adult time,
mommy
right?
Time?
Everyone deserves some time away from the house and with their friends and family and doing something a little bit different, right? And that was your time away, and you liked it. It was nice to have that one night. I mean, it was one night, right? One night is nothing, right? Yeah. Really. But now because you're at home, it's too hard to do it when Noah's around.
Right. Yeah, I have to wait until he goes to bed.
So
pretty much to do anything.
Yeah. Exactly. And I don't know how you do that because I would just die with the lack of sleep. But
oh yeah, and I go to bed like 1, 2 in the morning, and I'm up at 7:30 in the morning. So.
You must drink a lot of coffee, Kim.
I do not. You know what? I have 1 cup of caffeine a day, and that is in the morning. On the weekends, I may have 2 a day, but that's just the weekends. And it catches up to me. Don't worry, Jocelyn. It caught up to me on Monday. Monday passed, because today is Wednesday. And I decided to go to sleep early. I was passed out by 11:30.
Oh my gosh.
I was falling asleep on myself earlier, but I think I was trying to finish off a show. I don't remember. I was watching a show. But yeah, 11:30. So that's pretty early for me, even though 11:30 is late for you. But it does catch up to me, and then I just had a good night's sleep, got up 7:30, whatever it is. I ended up actually taking a nap the next day during the day. Well, I got lucky that one because my husband and Noah went for a walk. So during that time, I kind of fell asleep. So yeah, it does catch up to me, but.
Yeah, for sure it does. But, I think it's different perspectives.
Yeah.
I find that even though I'm home now, I'm busier than I've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds weird, but I am. There's more things going on virtually. There's more work that's getting done. There's more things getting done around the house. I don't have time to brew teams, right? I can't sort of put my head around it. I would love to, and I keep pulling out my binder and looking at the cards, and but those last 2 Out of the Shadows articles I wrote, so I did. If you didn't read them, you can head over to dm-north.com and check them out. But the first one was on the Uncommon Spider-Man from Infinity Gauntlet, and then the second one was on the Uncommon Adam Warlock, and both of those came out of playing sealed events with Rob. Like, Rob and I opened a pack and built a team. And I was like, hey, these cards are pretty cool because I played with it, right? I think a lot of people are not necessarily playing with the cards right now, or they're just going, like you said, to the meta stuff.
Yeah, and they're probably just waiting for a tournament or some event that allows them to play it. And then they'll play that. But other than that, they're probably not playing much games,
it's
right?
Definitely, I find for me anyway, playing with a card is when I really identify, how good it is.
Mm-hmm.
On the scale of, awful to fantastic. And I found that with the campaign boxes. With the campaign boxes, I didn't play with all the cards necessarily because you just got them and they were there. With the Infinity Gauntlet, with the draft packs, I would open a pack and build a team out of the pack and then play the team. So I got to play with a lot more of the cards, and I got a little bit more familiar with the set that way. So I think that people are also just excited about new cards. Everyone's always excited about new stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Opening new things. Seeing what is shiny and exciting and what red stripes you got in your Dice Masters pack.
Thing I look for in my pack. Just go straight to the back.
Now you got to look for fat backs though, full art textless backs.
Yeah, but
you got to look at the front too.
That's true. I haven't gotten any one of those, so
no. So yeah, I mean, let's turn this conversation on its head, Kim.
Okay.
Let's talk about HeroClix.
Interesting. I know
you know how mad HeroClix fans are right now?
And they don't usually get mad? Is that what you're saying?
They are so angry right now. If you go online to any of the HeroClix forums, they are so angry, and it started when their set got delayed. So the HeroClix House of X set was set to come out the same day that Dice Masters was, which was originally November 30th. Then it got pushed back a week. Then it got pushed back till the end of the month. And then it got pushed back another week. So it didn't come out till the beginning of January.
So let me guess. They've never had a delay before.
It's rare.
Okay.
It's rare, but it's not unheard of. But there was a lot of complaining about the delay. And they got an announcement. They got multiple announcements, like official announcements from WizKids. But they were mad about the product being delayed. And then the product came out. And all of the complaining has shifted to the distribution. So right now, with the way the rarities are working in the booster packs, is that in the last couple of sets of HeroClix, the rarity distribution has been really awesome. You've been able to get a lot of super rares. Sometimes if you buy a case, which is 2 bricks, you would get 2 chase figures, 1 in each brick. You would get like 3 or 4 super rares in a brick. Like there was a lot of rarity distribution in there. People felt like they were really getting their money's worth. With House of X, the price went up because they changed the figure size. The figures are bigger. They put more quality into the figures themselves. They have to say they look fantastic. They're gorgeous. They really are. But the price went up and the rarity distribution changed. So now there's some cases that don't have a chase at all, as opposed to ones that used to have 2 chases in them. Or you might get a brick if you just buy a brick instead of a case. You might get a brick that you only get 2 super rares in and nothing else. Everything else is just commons and uncommons and a couple of rares, or you might get duplicate rares, and all of that stuff is making people really angry. And they are up in arms, the HeroClix folks. And I just sit here, and I mean, my local HeroClix folks are really reasonable people, and they talk about how, you know, the uproar is online. I ran into one of them when I went to pick up my HeroClix, mine and Rob's HeroClix down at the store. Did a curbside pickup, and we were talking, and I said, hey, just, like, I play Dice Masters, dude. It's not so bad. Believe me, HeroClix has it really good. Right? And they know that I'm a Dice Masters player, and they know that it's my primary game. But, you know, to turn that conversation and to think that HeroClix people think that they're hard done by, like, what are they comparing to? Right? Yeah. They got an announcement. They get official unboxing videos with a celebrity, Scott Porter. You know, they get all kinds of stuff, right? They get sets upon sets. Every set comes with an OB kit. There's store events. There's, you know, all kinds of things. The amount of stuff HeroClix players get from WizKids is amazing. And then us Dice Masters players are here thinking, oh yeah, hi, remember us? We were supposed to have a set last year. We didn't get it yet. Is it coming? What do you mean you canceled Spider-Man? We're so sad. You know, like, it's, I don't know.
But yeah, but why? Why does that make you sad? Why does that?
It doesn't make me sad.
I know. I'm asking out our community here. It's like, if you feel that way, we would love to hear why. And you can tell us this privately. We don't have to share it after or anything like that. But or come in anonymous if you want. I don't know if that you can really do that. Is that hard to do? Probably these days.
Just make up a fake email.
Yeah, sure. But why?
Won't share your name.
Yeah, or a fake name. I'll still find you. No, I'm kidding. Why do you feel that way? Like why do people feel that way? I think is what we're really trying to dig. Like, what is it that makes you feel that way? And I think that's the burning question of it all. Is it because you don't like WizKids, but you like their product? So I don't know. Like, is it like you must love the game to stick around? You know what I mean? So you would go along with whatever the company's doing because you love the game so much, right? I mean, I feel that way. I'm like, I don't feel any, like, I don't dislike WizKids or anything. I'm like, that's what it is, and don't get your hopes up, as I said, and you continue on. I still love the game. I play weekly. I try to play in all the tournaments that come out. You know, we do our podcast. So we must love the game, right? So yeah, I don't get it. It wraps my head up. I don't know. And I'll love to hear how other people, the opposite, you know, of how I feel of what their opinions are.
The other thing I think, and I don't know if we touched on this because I'm tired today, but it's always exciting to open something new.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When you open a blind pack and you don't know what's in it, it's exciting to open something new. I just opened an entire case of HeroClix. Like, Rob and I opened a case of HeroClix. So that's 20 boosters.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably should explain what a brick is and a case is for those who don't know.
Yes. So a brick of HeroClix is 10 individual sleeves of boosters, and each booster has 5 figures in it. So it's 10 times 5, 50 figures. A case is 2 of those. So 100 figures. So Rob and I opened an entire case of HeroClix. And you know what I wanted to do as soon as we were done opening all those HeroClix?
Play it?
Open more HeroClix.
Because that opens up a question, though. Is that one thing that people crave? Is that one of the opinion? Like, one of, not the opinion, sorry. One of the That's why, like, you opened it and you want to open more. Is that what it is?
I mean, I wanted to play with it for
Mm-hmm.
sure, but I also just wanted to keep opening packs because opening packs is exciting. You open this pack and you don't know what's in it and what's going to be in there. Are you going to get a super rare? Are you going to get a prime figure, which is special HeroClixy things? Is it all going to be stuff you've opened before? And I think back to my first experience playing Dice Masters when I first started getting into it, and I was buying all kinds of packs, and it was Uncanny X-Men. That was my set. Your favorite, Kim, X-Men. And
no, don't get me wrong. I like X-Men, just another X-Men product.
I know. But at the time, Uncanny X-Men was the only X-Men.
Yeah.
And I would go to the local store and you could buy the packs for like $1, right? Because they were just 2 cards and 2 dice.
Yep.
So I would buy whatever, 10, 15, 20 at a time. This is before I got into buying like sealed cases and sealed boxes or whatever you call them. Feeds. So I would just buy, whatever, 10, 15, 20 at a time. And then you open them. And then I kept buying Uncanny X-Men because my set wasn't quite complete yet. And I mean, it would just, I got to the point where every time I opened, it would be something I already had.
Right.
I didn't get anything new anymore. And I was so sad that I was getting the same stuff. I wasn't getting the stuff that I needed to fill my holes, which at that point were literally mostly super rares and possibly 1 or 2 rares.
And what did you do? You bought more.
I bought more. And eventually I would buy one and I would get something that I didn't have yet.
See, and right? I'm the same way.
It's addictive.
Yeah, it's somehow, I don't know what it is that it's like, I know in my head that I'm going to get something I already have. And I'm going to have 50,000 of the same dice. But yet, you go and you buy. I was the same way. Just buy booster packs, buy booster packs, buy booster packs. And even with the Infinity Gauntlet, like recently, I think I bought a board game off one of the stores. And what did I buy in with it? I bought a pack of Infinity Gauntlet because they had it in stock. Like they were selling it in single.
Just a pack or a display?
No, just one of the thing for like $10. One of the boxes.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, I'll just add this to my cart. I open it up. I'm like, wow, I got like 1 card I needed. And now I have 50 more dice that I don't need or 50 more cards I don't need. But then it's like, oh, I was shopping around again. I'm like, oh, I need to get this. Oh, same store. Should I add another pack in? But sometimes, I don't know, I have to stop myself because I'm like, what if I get the same thing again? Now I'm going to have all these duplicates. So it's a win-lose situation. But yeah, it gets addicted. I could see that.
It is. It's addictive to open product, right? It's addictive to open product even when you know what's coming. And then I think there's this whole, well, I knew Dark Phoenix was coming. I was prepared to open more product, and now I don't have it, and WizKids hasn't said anything, and it's sad.
Yeah.
Right? That's just, I don't know. That's my take on it. Yeah. I am not, I mean, obviously I still love Dice Masters, because here we are talking about Dice Masters. I'm enjoying HeroClix as well. But, I'll be excited when Dark Phoenix comes out. I'll be looking forward to it. I'll be excited when the next set comes out after that. I'm really excited for Fantastic Four versus Galactus.
I'm excited for Superman Kryptonite.
No, I'm excited for everything that's coming. Do I wish that we got more and better communication? Yes. Is it going to ruin my day? No. And
it shouldn't ruin your day.
Well, you can't tell people what they should and shouldn't do. But,
right, I know.
But yes, I agree with the sentiment, Kim. Like, try not to let something that you don't have any control over be the rain on your parade,
Yeah. No.
So, I don't know if that was positive or helpful or ranty or what, but, let us know what you think. Like Kim said, we'd love to hear your opinion on what's going on. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are we interpreting the conversation wrong? Like that could be something that's out there too. Like a lot of this is coming through just text, right? It's all like Facebook messages or Discord. It's hard sometimes to read context. Maybe we're putting, what's the word I'm looking for? We're putting a perception on it, a spin on it that is not really intended. Maybe we're reading it in a different way than it's being intended to be shared. Right? So let us know. Let Chris and Andy know too over at the Ministry of Dice. They want to know too. You can just email both of us at the same time. That's totally cool.
That works.
Yeah.
From anybody's anonymous email, that's fine too.
Yeah, 1234.
Anonymous 1234.
1234 @gmail.com.
I'm sure anonymous is probably taken.
Probably. Anonymous, anon.
Yep, unknown.
All that sort of stuff.
You know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I you know, if we said anything out of context too, that we don't mean to put anybody down or anything like that.
No, not at all.
It's just our opinions and what we think, and everybody has their own opinion, and we just want to hear.
Kim's opinions
why.
are not my opinions.
We just want to get down to it,
I think I don't think that this episode has done what I had hoped it would do, which was uplift the community. I think we just created a forum for people to complain more. But
no, we're not looking for complaints.
No, we're looking for honest feedback.
Yes, like I'll be on it. I was being completely 100% honest in the conversation. Like this stuff, it's like, I don't know. I get passionate about it because it just boggles my mind how, like, I just want to know why people feel that way. What is it, right? And I think we said a few things that it could be, but maybe there's something different we've missed, and I just would love to know why.
And let's maybe put something positive here on the end. What would it take to make the community a little bit more of a positive place right now?
Without being a new product.
Yeah. So let's say we don't have new product. We don't know when new product is coming. We don't expect an announcement from WizKids because it's not something we get often. So what does the community need to be more uplifting and more positive, right? What do we need to see? What do we need to get involved with? Is it more casual events online? Is it more conversation? Is it more articles? Is it more podcasts? Is it more videos? Is it Trivia Thursdays? Is it,
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
Say anything.
So, what is it? And how can we help support? Because that's what we want to do. We want to help uplift the community. We want to help support the community. And if there's a way that, if there's something that we can do, we'd love to hear from you. But we cannot get WizKids to release product or announcements any faster. So just
don't ask us that.
Yeah. You can ask. The answer will be no.
We'll send the pirate.
The answer will be, we'll look into that and get back to you. So I think that's kind of where we're at. So I think maybe, Kim, what you and I should do is also think about what we can do to help uplift the community.
Yeah.
We don't have to answer that now because we're not prepared to do that.
That was not in our show notes.
No. So, anything else to say about that, Kim?
No. I think we beat that up. So, we'll talk about what's going on in our mailbag. I know you had one thing that you'd like to talk about.
Yeah. So I wanted to send out a big thank you to everyone's fave hero, Donnie, who heard us on the podcast, and I was chatting with him on a Ministry of Dice live stream on a Wednesday night at some point because they live stream their games that they play Wednesday nights after they record. And he said, "Hey, was it you looking for Zen bins?" And I said, "Yes, it was me looking for Zen bins." And he said, "Great, message me on Facebook." So I messaged him, and thanks to Donnie, I am now the proud owner of a boatload of Zen bins, and I will be in a good position for the next couple of collectible sets, probably more than that. So big thanks to Donnie for that. It was great to connect with you and make a deal on those Zen bins that you weren't using. So I am very happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Zen bins are great. I wish they made them again, but...
Yeah, dear Zen bins, please start distributing again.
They still have some Destiny ones. I wonder if they'll work for Dice Masters.
No, they're a different size.
Well, dice will still fit.
But have you seen the Destiny dice?
No, I have. Yes, I have seen the Destiny dice.
They're massive.
Yeah, they're pretty big. But I guess they're not rolling that much, right? So...
No, I really don't know how Destiny works, so I can't comment on that.
Donnie also had some comments on our last few episodes via YouTube, because we put our episodes up on YouTube usually when we drop later in the day. I have to make this one bigger because I can't read it. There we go. So episode 23,
help you with that.
We were talking about 2021 cards, which were 20 number cards, 20 and 21 cards. And he said he really likes Hope Rachel. I think it was Hope Rachel. Look, I said Hope Rachel. Hope Summers was one of his favorite cards that we had discussed. Because I think Rachel was number 20 or 21, one of the two. Or
Hope.
both.
Hope.
Not Rachel. Is that like something I should be playing? Like I should make a Hope Rachel team because I haven't yet.
You haven't played a Hope Rachel team? It's fun.
I haven't. And
blow up the board, man.
Yeah, I really have to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure out Orbital Strike. You know that, right? I found this new card. Okay, side conversation. So I was going through some cards, and I stumbled upon this card that I never used before. I didn't even know it existed. So it's from Battle Pharaon. No, that's an old one. What am I talking about? BFU. Which one's that one?
Battle for Pharaon.
It is.
Pharaon Under Siege.
Maybe I'm tired too.
No, Battle for Pharaon.
Primaris Aggressor, and it has a global on there. If you pay double fist, it gives all your characters plus 1A.
I think that's from Warhammer.
Okay, it's Warhammer.
Primaris Aggressor.
Warhammer. Yeah. BFU has this, yeah. So I was like, oh, see, I'm going to put on my Orbital Strike team, and I didn't even know it existed. Anyways, side conversation, back to the beginning. So I just want to tell Donnie thanks for the comment on YouTube. He said it's something also that he didn't know you can search numbers in the Dice Coalition page.
Yeah, collector number.
Yeah, by collector number. So it's something that he can definitely have fun night with his local group that he plays with. So, and then, I think he made another comment as well.
He commented on episode 24, which was our last episode before this one, as that's how numbers work. And that was the one where we took our 20 and 21 cards and built a team and played them. So we did that on the podcast, and then we also recorded the game and put it up on YouTube. So he said, it was fun to see you guys have a go at each other. I liked this theme.
It would be great to hear too if how did we actually do in the gameplay audio? Because we tried to pretty much talk every move we did, every roll that happened, everything we did pretty much during the game. So we would love to hear some feedback if that's something people enjoyed. Did we do well talking through our game in audio? Should we do it again?
Do you have constructive feedback?
Anything. We would love to hear from you about that, because that was our first time ever doing that. So we would love to hear how it actually came through audio wise.
Yeah. Did it land?
Yeah. Did it work? Because if it did, I mean, that's something we can definitely do again, and maybe Kim will play some more Clayface. I don't know. We'll see.
You have to play some more Clayface, Kim. We have to get you up and running on that card.
Well, Mike brought it on WDA this past Tuesday, and I was playing with it a little bit, and I said, Mike, this is good practice for me. I don't usually play with Clayface. Look at me go. Look at me using Clayface. So
I'm so proud of you, Kim.
I know.
I have to learn how to use it better as well.
I'm trying. It is effective.
I have issues with bag control when I use Clayface, so it's still a work in progress for me as well, but it's good to know how it works.
Yep.
And that is Clayface Relentless from the Justice Campaign box, which has the global that says pay a mask once per turn. You may take a die from your use pile and place it on any energy face in your reserve pool.
Yeah.
It's something to that effect. I didn't direct quote. I did it from memory.
Pretty good memory.
I try.
So other than that feedback, anything else you have, Jocelyn?
No, just at the time of this recording, we are just before Dice Social. So by the time you hear it, Dice Social will be over, and we'll be getting ready to put together our February Dice Social event. So hopefully some of you were able to come out and roll dice with us this coming / past weekend.
Yeah, and our Dice Social gameplay also goes up on the YouTube site. So if you do miss out on the action, you can always take a look at it on Twitch because it's recorded there, but also we upload it to YouTube as well. Speaking of YouTube, all the places you can find us. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch at dmNorthTV. You can find us on Facebook at dmNorth. Our website is dm-north.com. And if you want to email us, you can email us at tripledpodcast@dm-north.com. I have to remember to say those dashes.
These dashes are important.
I know, they are important, just like apostrophes. So until next time on A Double Double and Dice.